Do you think causality can be applied in marketing? I'm asking this because there are still a lot of people, having this apprehension that, causality is something that cannot be applied to marketing. It remains in the realm of, maybe epidemiology, biostatistics, but in marketing, maybe it cannot be applied. What's your take on that?
Yeah, a lot of people are kind of saying that now, but or maybe more specifically, I've heard it to MMM, right? Like media or marketing mix modeling isn't causal.
Mm.
Um, but everything we do in marketing is causal. I mean, there's nothing we're doing that isn't that because we're constantly asking ourselves, if I put this ad out there, will it make people buy my product? If I spend more on this, will I get more revenue? If there's that is a cause and effect question. And we do have methods, as you say, like really good methods for trying to establish causality from observational data. It's not always possible in epidemiology. It's not always ethical to split it. In marketing, it's not always possible. And it can certainly be done, and they're really powerful tools. I think to tell a story about what's happening beyond just doing a media mix model and trying to suggest where the next pound is spent, but that work going into making a correct model, understanding how things interacted, when we went on sale, when demand was high and low, and how that affected things. That that we're asking causal questions all the time. If we ignore that, we make false conclusions. We make a media mix model, and you include if it's got a daily granularity and you include spend on Google brand, you've got a serious problem because it's very, very heavily correlated with revenue because it's following what is inherently warm traffic to the site that's really likely to convert. And it ends up explaining all of the revenue. And I've seen this from, professional tools that have been used by clients of ours, and that comes from a place of fitting a model with advanced cool statistics for saturation curves and ad stocks and all these things, but the variable selection process for it is purely model fit based and therefore ends up with completely false results. So um it really is like it has to be causal, and if you're not kind of trying to do that to some degree, it's not really worth it. There's plenty of non-causal statistics have their place for a lot of useful things. The meta ad platform trying to predict who to show an ad to next, it doesn't need to necessarily understand why, um but we want to understand why and we want to make decisions, right? So that really is causal analytics is our business. It's what we do all the time, whether we like it or not, in my opinion.